Welcome to our 2018 Upper School Spring Sports Recognition Assembly. It's been another good season of sports for all of our teams. This morning we're going to recognize our student athletes for their efforts and achievements in the following sports: boys and girls track and field, boys and girls tennis, boys and girls soccer, baseball, and golf. You'll hear the highlights from each team from the coaches, in addition to each student athlete receiving a certificate and the announcement of our winners. Special thanks to our administration, faculty, and staff for your support throughout the spring season and throughout the whole school year. Our parents and students, especially all of our team parents, our athletic trainer, Emily Stravino, Booster Club, the ladies, unbelievable job that most of you have done throughout the whole year. Our coaches, Chuck Mason, Brian Foley, Susie Welch, Tom Noren, Harry Batchelor, Mike Guthrie, Richard Holland, Sam Bevan, Chuck Bissell, Dale Schmock, Ricky Diaz, and Pete Batchelor. Thank you very much. I'd like the following members of the golf team to please come to the stage. 8th grader Mia Sessa. Freshman Colt Bissell, sophomore Gray Morris, sophomore Mary Hunt Murray, and sophomore William Hollingsworth. Everybody in the room remembers the date of Thursday, March 22nd. We had a special group of 4 golfers along with our coach and a driver on the road for a golf match in Curry, Georgia. What most of you don't know is the outpouring love and prayers for the entire golf program on that day and every day since. These 5 individuals on the stage are extremely blessed, and I want us all to appreciate the courage that they have demonstrated as they heal from the physical and mental scars from that day. There were 6 angels looking out for all of them, and we're very grateful that the injuries were not much worse. It was truly a miracle. Their season was cut short, and Coach Mason is still recovering at Shepherd Hospital in Atlanta, but we're looking forward to seeing all of you back 100% soon and having the opportunity to play the game that all of you dearly love. God sometimes throws curveballs at us that we're not ready for, but I believe that all of you have hit a home run, but some of us are just taking a little longer than others to round the bases. We were not able to field a full team to compete for the remainder of the season, but the GISA State Office allowed us to participate in the region championships in late April with just 2 members of our squad, and then we pulled up 2 6th graders as a tribute to Coach Mason. I look forward to next March when we can see everyone back on the links, representing our great school and playing the game that is dear to your hearts. Thank you for your efforts in the healing process, and we really appreciate what each of you mean to the golf program and the entire school community. Thank you very much. It's now my honor to introduce Coach Batchelor with varsity baseball.
You know it. Yes, sir.
Please continue to send your prayers out to Coach Mason. Good morning. I hate to repeat, but I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm going to throw out some thank yous to groups and people that help our program this year. First of all, to the athletic department, Coach Holiday and Coach Holland for all you do. The Booster Club that just continues to get better and better. Of course, our trainer, Emily, who keeps our guys on the field and keeps it going, shows up with a great attitude every day. The teachers and the students that attended our games, especially the last game, senior night, that was a great atmosphere. It was fun. to the parents for their patience and support, especially to Miss Jacob Dobie. Miss Dobie. I get your first name, last name. She ended up being my unofficial team parent. She's a great help. Thank you. Thank you to the school administration and maintenance crew, Oliver Spratt and Chris Hines. Special thanks to Coach Miller and Coach Hunt, who's working with middle school guys, getting them ready. They're doing a great job. The program's going upwards. And I want to take a moment for a special thank you to individual who's kept this program going the last several years. With 5 sports in the spring, it's really difficult, and we wouldn't have a program without him. He's a great coach. He couldn't coach this year, but wherever you are, Coach Schaefer, thank you. Thank you to our managers, Peanut, Angela, Mary Frances, and Grace. They did a great job. They were proactive. They took their job seriously. Baseball has a lot of behind-the-scenes things with stats and such, so thank you, managers, for doing a great job. And a special thanks to the players. Okay, we started off the first day of practice with 4 players, and we were waiting on 4 basketball players. So it gave us 8. Those players could have easily just folded up tent and transferred or not played or whatever, but they stuck with it. The basketball players didn't have more than 2 days of practice when we had our first game. And then we went to the hallways. So special thanks to those guys that came out of the hallways. We had a track guy, my quarterback. We had, what else we had? Soccer guys. And they didn't make a lot of practices, but we filled out a team of 14. So I want special thanks to all you guys for doing that. Special thanks to my assistant coaches, Pete Batchelder. He's been with us a few years. Does a great job with the pitchers and fielders and getting to practice early and maintaining the field, dragging it. He loves it. If he could do it full time, he would. But thank you, sir. Special thanks to someone you might not know, Coach Ricky. He is a graduate of Payne College, just graduated this year. He's an assistant coach at Payne College and working odd jobs, but he found time to come work with our kids. Those 2 guys did all the coaching. I just administrator and left it up to them, and I want to thank you both for all your help. So the season, where's Peanut? Can you come up and help us hand this out, Peanut?
Yeah. Peanut.
We have some certificates, some stats, and I'm sure some letters and such. So the season, if you're not sure how our season went, I won't tell you a lot about, but we were just finished our 2nd game against Briarwood. Team we should have beaten. We lost both of them. And for whatever reason, I was coming back on the bus and I said, I got to get up and talk about these guys in a few weeks. And we haven't won a game. What am I going to say? We've never been in this position. So I started thinking, were we a better team than last year? No. Or did we win more games? No. Did we do this, that? No. And I finally found something. It was basically whether because they're a year older or just worked hard, each individual got better. So they did do that, so I'm going to tie that in when I call them up. If you can give them 2 claps, please. First guy is, start with 9th graders. He is our master in bees, and he got better with his baseball IQ, did a good job for us, help guy. He's not here today with us today, but a very talented 9th grader started for us in the outfield, and it'd be interesting to see how well he does because he's so athletic. That's Nick Ramirez. Another talented 9th grader. He ended up starting for us at 3rd base and 2nd base and was an effective pitcher, Patrick Wells. One of our best players, going to the 10th graders now, was one of our best pitchers, one of our best hitters, fielders, loves and eats baseball, Lawson Batchelder. One of the guys that jumped on board to help fill the team, he ended up starting for us at 2nd base, did a fantastic job for us and started getting bat on the ball, Reed Berry. Of course, the next guy, if you know me, one of my favorite guys, just great work ethic, always proactive, always going out of the way. Always a smile on his face, fun to watch. Jacob Dobie. As mentioned, I don't know if he's here today, but as mentioned, quarterback came out and filled the roster as anything, comes out with positive attitude, and he's a vocal leader, and he ended up starting as one of our best outfielders, and he's got potential to pitch. Justin Meddings. Track guy that came out for us, didn't play a lot, and I asked him, I said, "You okay?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm having a blast." And he ended up getting our last RBI of the season, almost starting the greatest comeback in the history of baseball. That's Jack Ojimba. Another soccer guy who was second on the team with scoring runs. He pitched for us very well. Great football player too, Junior Sloan Wilds. All right, our seniors, all 4 seniors played 4 years. Starting out with a guy I'll talk a little bit more about in a minute, but our most valuable player, Palmer Batchelder. Another guy, our great vocal leader, led our team in pitching appearances, solid hitter, solid fielder, great attitude, work ethic, we all know him. He had a lot of conflicts the first half of the seasons with other things that he's busy with, but overall he's a huge contributor to the team, Jack Ingram. Again, I'll talk about this guy a little bit more, but he led the team in games played, runs, and hit by pitches. Hunter Long. And lastly, this guy, just like in football, he improved, he matured. I remember him telling Coach Schaefer and I last year, he went, "Coach, I just want to be on the team. I just want to sit in the dugout, spit seeds, and hang out with the guys." And he didn't really want to play. This year he stepped up. He was second in plate appearances, did a great job at the plate, ended up being one of our best outfielders. Great job, Clayton Sealer. Our managers been with us for, I guess, since she's been in high school now. Our senior manager, she's not senior, I'm just saying senior and doing things, Grace Daniels. My second favorite person in the world, Peanut Cloutier. Big boss, Mary Francis. And always great to have a Schaefer on the group, Angela Schaefer. All right, so our awards, our 2 awards. First one is our MVP award. He led the team in games played, plate appearances, hits, doubles, runs batted in, and even hit a home run. He's one of our best athletes at the school, and I know, like his brother and dad, he just loves baseball. We're going to miss him. Wish him luck at the next level. Palmer Batchelder. Our coach's award, he already knows about it. I texted him instead of his mom by mistake. So last year, well, coming into this season, you know, like I said, we didn't have a lot of guys, so we sat down the coaching staff, and first thing you start with is a pitcher and catcher. And our best pitcher unfortunately transferred. Our catcher we thought we were going to have also left. And we just looked at the roster and we said, who's the most versatile guy and who's going to give it a shot? And we all said Hunter Long. I didn't know how he was going to take it, but we went to him and he was like, "Whatever you need, coach, I'll work at it." And we've had some great catchers in the past, but I think he's ended up being one of the best, if not the best, with his work ethic and attitude he had. He ended up being one of our top batters too. And I've had him in football forever. We fight like father sons, but I love him to death, and I'm just super proud of him. Hunter Long. One last thing. We were fortunate enough to get someone picked as all region. We probably should have had 2 or 3, but when you don't win a game, you don't get a lot. But definitely deserved it, and I already talked about him, Palmer Batchelder. That's your 2018 varsity high school baseball team.
And next up is Coach Foley with varsity boys soccer.
All right, good morning. Let's start off with thanking some of the same people for some of the same reasons, and then a couple other people. Thanks to Holiday, Eustace, Josh for allowing me to work with this school season in, season out. I really appreciate it. It's a really great opportunity. Thanks to my fellow coaches for helping me along the way. The Booster Club, Dr. Rosenblum, running up and down the sideline with being a ball boy and a doctor. That's a tough thing to do. Emily Stravino, she is a soccer player and a soccer fan, and really takes extra special care of these guys and make sure they stay on the field for us. And she's here, I don't know, every day, all day, till the last kids playing the last sport. She really puts an amazing amount of work in. I'd like to thank all the parents for all their help, particularly Shannon Lanier, who's been our official, unofficial team manager. And there's a number of other parents who have contributed greatly to our success this season. Said I only get 5 minutes to talk about them, so I'm going to call them up and we can talk about them. If you've ever done any speaking up at this podium, there's a little note in the corner that says slow down and breathe. So I'm going to try to slow down and breathe and do this. Lucas the Back Belangia. Abraham, do you like Led Zeppelin Crawford? Grady the Flo Hubbard. William, did you see my goal, Morris? Bailey, did you see my 8 goals, Adams? Henry, I'm really that fast, too. Assistant coach and captain, Trey Farmer. Sam, I'll play anywhere you want me to, Lanier. Daniel, penalty kick, Nesbitt. Glenn, please get back on your line, Owen. So was I. John, it's my time to shine, Bobbitt. Ryan, where's Ryan Friedman? Nathan, the Ginger Ninja Kohler. Alex, I work harder than anyone, Schmott. That's the truth. Hyatt, Cool Goals, Thorpe. Josh, the quiet one crossing. And Sloan, the really quiet one wilds. It is quite a thing to have a group of young athletes as you try to guide them through the ups and downs of an athletic season like this, with wins and losses, ties, and long trips. It's quite a thing to have them look up to you with respect and admiration, and really the kind of thing you get from a team that loves their coach. I wouldn't know anything about that. I'll have to ask Coach Morton. But these guys, I'm just kidding. They've been great. Every year, I get to work with the best group of kids in the CSRA, as far as I'm concerned, for soccer players, are really quality kids, and that is a testament to the type of parents they have and the type of upbringing they have. They're really great guys. The season had some amazing victories. We beat region teams in the last minute, had an unfathomable defeat at the end. Still scratching my head on that one, but you know, that's part of the game. Had some ties against some really good opponents that we've never hung with before like that. What is most notable is this team really plays soccer the way it's supposed to be played as a team. They work for each other. There's no one star, no one standout that got all the goals. They really worked hard for each other. There was a time during a couple of games where there were a couple of players that got to start a lot, got a lot of goals, were sitting on a hat trick. 2 goals, standing in front of the goal, looking at a hat trick, and could have definitely taken the glory, but they chose to do the extra work and slot the ball across to a kid that maybe doesn't play, doesn't score a lot of goals. And they really worked for each other's success, and that is a characteristic of a great team, and this has been a great team. Got 38 goals this year, 17 against. Glenn had something like 57 saves, so while he was off his line, he was saving the ball a lot. And it's been if you clap, it has truly been the most rewarding season intrinsically for me here, coaching soccer at Vestal Craft. I am only allowed to give 2 awards, which someday we'll have a conversation about that. But it has been really difficult to figure that out this year because I had so many guys who were so selfless and worked so hard for each other. But I got to do it. I'm going to do MVP first. I've worked with this kid at the Gunners. I've worked with this kid here. He's not. Neither of my captains this year were really outgoing personalities or type A personalities, which is very difficult to be a captain of this team if you're not an outgoing personality. Both of them were really strong, quiet guys, and they led from the front. I love both for that. But this guy in particular, he didn't have the most goals. He didn't have the most assists. He had the second most goals and second most assists. But he was everywhere all the time. He did everything I asked him to do. He knows how to play the game, and he knows how to lead his friends. And I believe that it is the correct thing to do. And he was the most valuable player, Grady Hubbard. All right, next one is the Coaches Award. This is very difficult. There are so many kids that deserve this award, but I had to pick one. Daniel and Henry, who I've worked with forever, both are deserving of this award for their efforts on the field. Like I said, Alex Schmott outworked everybody, plays 50 pounds bigger than he is, and he deserves this award. But there is one kid who, when I look up, when we're on defensive transition, he's recovering 40 yards. When I look up, we're attacking, he's moving forward 40 yards. He plays some of the most difficult positions in the game, and he gets hit a lot for it by kids that are bigger than him, and he just shakes it off and keeps on going. Kid's got a bright future. Coach's Award goes to Nathan Kohler. All right, we got 4 on the region team. I don't know about the state team yet, but we'll see. Haven't even had that meeting. We got 4 on the region team. And I don't know. It doesn't say on the outside, so let's do it this way. They're all the same. Oh, good. Excellent. They're all the same, so I'm going to do that. Daniel Nesbitt. Bailey Adams. Captain Trey Farmer. Last but not least, Grady Hubbard. Shannon Lanier asked to, wow, that was loud, have a few words.
On behalf of the soccer parents, I'd like to recognize Coach Foley. Foley has a lot of great qualities as a coach. He knows the game. He understands the importance of camaraderie, and his humor is well established. But most of all, he understands the importance of finding joy in playing and making the most of every opportunity that you have. So thank you so much, Coach Foley. We have something for you. I don't know where it went. Trey has it. And thanks very much. 2 claps for Coach Foley.
All right, so 2017-18 senior Cavalier soccer team.
Next up is Coach Norton with varsity girls soccer.
We'll start out with calling the girls up here. I have a lot of nicknames for the girls as well, but I'll keep those to myself. Starting with our 3 outstanding seniors, Oceana DeGrief, Carolyn Johnson,
Yes.
Morgan Tollison, our juniors, Ansley Ivy, Mary Ellen Jones, Natalie Laird, Mary Catherine McCollum, Xenia Nava, and Sally Wilson. Our sophomores, Sosie Conley, Carson McCollum, Quinn Murray, Sarah Catherine Page, and Anna Sims. Our freshman, Virginia Chu, Emma Foley, and our 8th graders, May Wallace Baker, Sage Conley, Forna, and I won't say her last name, Forna, Beatty Joseph, Hannah McDonough, Jesse Rosenblum. I just want to thank a lot of people as well. First, Emily, who we've kept far too busy this year. We appreciate her getting the girls back onto the field. Coach Holodak, all the faculty, staff, and teachers that are administrators that work here and that support our girls throughout the course of the season, and do all the work behind the scenes. Certainly our booster club, our team mom, Mary McCollum, who's here, I think, for all their help. And everything they've done. I want to give a special thanks also to Coach Ryan Batchelor from the middle school, who has graciously shared his 8th graders with us throughout the course of the year. And also congratulations to him and the girls on their championship. Special thank you to Sam Bevan, who's been a great assistant coach this year. Certainly want to thank the parents for their support and their hours of volunteering. And most of all, I want to thank the girls for their time, their effort, their commitment to the team throughout the season. This has been the youngest team that I've had here in the 9 years that I've been coaching, which has been a different experience for me. 2/3 of the team are either sophomores, freshmen, 8th graders, or brand new to the team. So it's a whole new group. They've done amazingly well. I can't give them enough credit for stepping up in the big moments and the big games. And really helping the team. But I think, you can't get that kind of production out of younger players without the leadership of older players. And we have 7 juniors and seniors on the team that have been amazing. 3 great captains, and I want to thank all of them for their leadership and the direction they've provided for the team as well. Right now, the girls are 11, 5, and 2. We play again tonight, so if anyone's not doing anything at 5:30 and would like to come out, support the players, we are playing Trinity Christian School tonight, 5:30 out here at Prep. This team has went undefeated to region play with the region champions, and it's only the second time in history that we've gone undefeated to region play without giving up a goal all year. So it's been, you know, from that perspective, it's been an outstanding season. And I congratulate the girls on what they've done, specifically in the region. We had a lot of girls, as far as I'm concerned, who could be named to the all-region team. But we have several that were, several more that are deserving, but I'll go ahead and call out the all-region players that we have. First off is junior defender Mary Catherine McCollum. Junior midfielder Sally Wilson. Sally is our anchor in the center midfield and our organizer. Sophomore defender Quinn Murray. Quinn's played a bunch of positions and had the game-winning penalty kick against Westminster this year. Junior striker Xenia Nava. Eighth grade midfielder Sage Conley. And freshman defender Virginia Chu. Sage was our second leading scorer this year with 12 goals and 9 assists. And I should say Virginia defender / goalkeeper. She's been a solid, consistent performer for us all season and is now going to start playing the goal for us. So congratulations to all these girls. We have two more awards. Our defensive midfielder award. We have not scored a ton of goals this season as we have done in the past, so we've relied on our defense. And we have a great group of girls, not only in the midfield and in the back line, but also in the goal that have our goalkeepers in particular, unfortunately, have rotated through the goal because Emily can't keep them healthy enough. However, all of them have been great, and I appreciate all the efforts. Any one of them certainly could be our defensive MVP, but we have one player who has played a variety of positions across the back line and midfield this season. She's had to learn a whole new system of play, and she's had the extra burden of being one of our team captains. Our defensive MVP is Mary Catherine McCollum. As I said, we have not scored a ton of goals this year, but we did have an individual who has scored a lot of goals. Xenia Nava has been our leading scorer this year. She has 25 goals and 15 assists. That ranks her in the top 5 all time for most most goals and most assists and most points in a season. It also puts her in the top 10 for most goals, most assists, and most points in a career with 1 year to go. So she's had a great season, scored a lot of goals, has been one of our team captains, and a great leader. Our offensive MVP is Xenia Nava. That's our 2018 girls soccer team.
We're now going to introduce our boys track and field team. First up, freshman James Ivey, distance runner, ran 240, 800. Freshman Eddie Patrick, sprinter jumper, 1611 in long jump, 12.4 in 100, 62 in the 400. Freshman Graham Kennedy, sprinter, 57.3 in the 400, qualified for state in the B 4x4. Also like to recognize one person who's not here today. We had an 8th grader, Stephen Joseph, who we brought up near the end of the season to vault, and he almost qualified for state, and he's going to be a great pole vaulter in the future, and we're looking forward to 4 more years of him. Junior Josh Kirsten, jumper, 15.4 in the long jump. Junior Buka Anadobi, jumper sprinter. He qualified for state in the high jump, went 5.4 and ran a 12.500. Freshman Darius Stone, sprinter jumper relays, 17.2.5 in the long jump, 11.94 in the 100, 24.7 in the 200. Unfortunately, he was injured later in the season and was unable to compete at the region meet for us. Junior David Heaton, jumper. It's a triple jumper, 36, 1 3/4. Sophomore Brian Chen, thrower, 34-foot shot putter, 84.5 in discus. Sophomore Hayes Warlick, distance runner, ran a 5.22 mile this year for us. Junior Jack Ojemba Latham, sprinter relays, ran a 12.500, 26.3 200. Junior Dominic Ramos, sprinter, 12.2 in the 100, 26.3 in the 200. Junior Hunter Roth, thrower, 34 feet in shot, 93.7 in discus. Freshman Colin Schmock, mid-distance runner, qualified for state in the B 4x4 at 57.3 400, 217 800. Sophomore Gray Barbie, distance runner, 10:59 2 mile, 5:05 mile. He was our most improved distance runner this year. On most teams, he would have been going to state, but because of our rich history with distance runners, he was just, a little short on going. Senior Brian Stone, sprinter jumper, 11.400, 24.1 200, 6 feet in the high jump. But unfortunately, an injury that hampered him throughout most of the season, he was unable to compete in the region meet. Sophomore Jack Collier, distance runner, region champion in the 2 mile, qualified for state in the 2 mile and 1 mile, 10:28, ran a full 47 mile, 2:21 800. Sophomore William Mayfield, sprinter, ran a 54 3/4, qualified for state in the 400 and 4x4. He was our most improved sprinter. Sophomore Josh Zigrav, the distance runner, region champion in the 800 and 4x4, qualified for state in both those events, 53.2 in the 8 and a 400, 209 in the half mile. Junior Dalton Lott, distance runner, kind of like Gray, with a rich history of distance runners. There's only 2 slots. We could have run 5 or 6. We would have filled those slots easily. He ran intermediate hurdles for us at region just to help the team out, and he qualified for state, and then also in the B 4x4. Jack Monning Jr., sprinter jumper, qualified for state in the long jump in the B 4x4. He missed qualifying for the finals by 1.5 inches at state, 18 feet 8 inches. Junior Kyle Gratz, sprinter relays, region champion in 4x4, qualified for state in the 400 and the 4x4. Had a PR of 53.7. Junior Colin Bertram, distance runner, region champ in the mile, qualified for state in the 2 mile, the mile, the 800, and the 4x4. Ran a 10:38, a full 41, 2:07, and ran a PR at the state meet, 55.2 in the mile relay. Senior William Morris, thrower, 113.5 in disc. He improved over 17 feet in 2 years in the discus. He qualified for state in the shot put, throwing 39 feet, 6 3/4 inches, 7.5 feet improvement from 2 years ago. And Junior Eduardo Perez, thrower, region champion in the shot and disc, qualified obviously in those 2 events, 141.1 in the discus, 3rd at state, 50 feet, 9 inches in a shot put on his last throw. School record holder and first time in school history state champion in a shot put. Some quick highlights. This was a young team. We only had 2 seniors out of a squad of 25. We qualified 12 athletes for the state meet and 10 events. We finished 3rd in the region meet, missing runner-up by just 1 point. We had an 8th place finish at the state meet. 2 new school records set this year by Wado and shot disc. Our 4x4 was very competitive at the state meet, finishing 4th, and they're all back. And then we had, as I just said, first time ever having a state champion in the men's shot put. We returned a strong core that should be very competitive at the state meet next year and hope to improve our sprinters that were very young this year. I'm challenging all of you right now to work hard in the off season, hit the weight room, dedicate yourself to excellence, and 2019 could be a great year. Our 2 award winners, selected by the coaching staff. Coaches Award, this young man qualified for state in 4 events, competing against some tough competition in the 2-mile, mile, and 800. I wish some of you could have seen, we had the 2nd fastest runner in the United States, this Jacob McLeod from Trinity Dublin, 8:52 in the 2-mile, and 4:12 in the mile, phenomenal. And so that's what some of our kids had to go up against. This young man was a high-point athlete at the region meet. For us, no one works harder than him in practice, and I'm looking forward to 1 more year working with him, Colin Bertram. MVP goes to a young man who dedicated himself to excellence and worked extremely hard to improve and become one of the top throwers in the area, and made school history by winning the state title in shot put. He has the potential to throw 55 and 160 feet, which are his goals for next year. Junior Eduardo Perez. It's your 2018 Varsity Boys Track and Field team. Now I'd like to call up our girls, region champs and state runner-up. Freshman, Reagan Kennedy, mid-distance, 3:07 in the 800. Sophomore, Mary Hunt Murray, sprinter, in 7,400 for us before she was hurt. Junior, Sarah Murray, sprinter, in 15,900 meters. Junior, Megan Gentry, thrower, qualified for state in the discus. 24-8 in shot, 70 feet, 5 inches in discus. Junior, Hannah Grabowski, mid-distance runner, in a 2:56, 800. Freshman, Ashley Johnson, distance runner, in a 6:06 mile, 13:43 in a 2-mile, and a 2:50, 800. Freshman, Emma Catherine Leroy, running relays, qualified for state in 3 events. High jump, 400, 4x1, 4.2 in the high, 13.6 in the 100, 28.7 200, and ran 65 flat in the 400 in prelims. She missed by 1/10 of a second and qualified for finals in the 400 at state. Sophomore, Anna Sims, hurdler and jumper,
Yes.
qualified for state in 3 events. High jump in both hurdles, 4.2 high jump, 14.8 low hurdles, 54.8 in the 300 hurdles. Junior, Jamie Rosenblum, jumper and relays, qualified for state in 4 events. Triple jump, pole vault, 4x1, and 100 low hurdles. She was a region champion in pole vault, school record holder, 9 feet in pole vault. I had a PR of 32.9 in triple. She ran 18.7 in the low hurdles and 14.6, ran the 3rd leg for us on 4x1. Sophomore, Mia Joseph, sprinter jumper, qualified for state in 4 events, pole vault to 100, 4x1, 4x4, This young lady worked extremely hard. She tore her meniscus in late February, just when the season getting started. And no one worked harder because she didn't want to let her team down to get back out there with 2 weeks left in the season to get out there and compete for us. So she ran on pure guts throughout the whole season. Because of that, she had a second place finish at state in the pole vault with a PR 8 feet 6 inches. And our 4x1 team finished fourth at the state. Junior Molly Joseph, distance relays, qualified for state in the 2 mile, the mile, the 800 and 4x4. Region champion in 4x4, 12:05 in the 2 mile, 5:33 in the mile, 2:31 in 800, ran a 64 leg on 4x4, state runner-up in the 4x4. Senior Ocean DeGrief rower, qualified for state in shot and disc, threw her best when it counted the most at state. 30 feet, 5 inches, 6th place finish at state. Discus, 93.5, 5th place finish at state meet. And she will walk on at Emory next year. Junior, Xenia Nava, sprinter relays, qualified for state in 5 events, the 100, the 200, the 400, 4x1 and 4x4. Had a PR of 26.9 and 200, 13.1 and 100. She was region champion in the 400, 200 in both relays. The 4x4 team finished second in state. And she is our new school record holder in the 400 meters at 59.39 seconds. Senior, Jamie Holiday. Distance runners and relays, qualified for state in 4 events, 2 mile, mile 800, 4x4. She was the region champion in all of those. State runner-up in the 2 mile, the mile, and 4x4. School record holder in 4x8. And the 2 mile, the mile, the 800, and the 4x4. She has a PR of 2:22 in the mile, the 800. 5:14 in the mile, 11:24 in the 2 mile, and our 4x4 team has run 4:12, and she was the high point athlete at the region meet. We returned most of our squad from last year, added another soccer player and some freshmen. And after a strong finish at state last year, where we finished second, these girls repeated this year as region champs and also as state runner-up. They worked hard in practice and competed well in every meet, as we qualified 9 girls in 15 events of 16 for the state meet. We set 3 new school records this year. Jamie in the 2 mile, Xenia in the 400, and Jamie in the pole vault. The mile relay was undefeated for 2 years until the finals at state. 16 consecutive races that they were undefeated. We hope to add a few more athletes to the squad for more depth next year. We only have one goal for next year, and this wonderful group of young ladies will prepare themselves to complete a task that no other track and field team from prep has ever accomplished. Special thanks to my assistants, Richard Holland, Susie Welsh, Dale Schmock, who's worth his weight in gold, and of course our trainer, Emily Stravino. Coach Foley, Coach Mason, and Coach Norton, as we shared 5 athletes this spring with golf, baseball, and soccer. Our 2 award winners were selected by the coaching staff. Coach's Award, this young lady repeated her efforts from last year as a 2-sport athlete and star. She turned out to be a blessing for the entire squad. She did workouts during free periods, study halls, lunch, and was our top sprinter. She ended up running 5 events for us, worked hard, and helped us to another region championship and state runner-up. I'm very happy that she's returned for 1 more year, and she currently holds 2 school records in the 400 and 4x4, Xenia Nava. And our MVP goes to a young lady, one of the top distance runners in the region and state. Combination of talent, hard work, and determination. Her records speak for themselves, as she currently holds all of our distance event school records. She loves to run and compete. and her attitude is infectious and makes others want to excel. She's been a great teammate to other members of the squad and will be very difficult to replace next year as she continues her running career next fall at Baylor University. Senior Jamie Holiday. As your 2018 region champions and state runner-up varsity girls track and field team. Next up is Coach Mike Guthrie with varsity girls and then boys tennis.
Sage, what time is it?
About 10:30.
What time is this over?
Maybe the end of the series.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to begin by thanking Coach Floyd for the opportunity to coach tennis here at Augusta Prep for the last 3 years. My first 11 years, I coached track with Coach Holiday, and it's been a great opportunity for me to work with these young men and young women in tennis. I have my assistant coach, probably the first time I'm telling that this year, Steve Boyd over here to my left to help present the awards today. I did not tell him about that yesterday, and he probably doesn't know he's been the assistant coach, but you have. Sorry. We've had many excellent consultations. I'm going to bring up the girls and the boys at the same time. These are two different teams. They compete separately as a group, but we practice together, we travel together, we encourage each other, we help each other, we practice against each other, boys against girls. That's very effective for making players better. Sometimes the boys, we're losing to the girls. It's not always the way you think it is. Sometimes it's the other way. So for the girls team, region champions and state Final Four as a team. Senior captain Grace McLeod. Senior Grace McDonough. Sorry. Senior Katie Page. Junior Elizabeth Pipkin. Sophomore Victoria Pitcock. Sophomore Nina Shaver. Freshman Emmy Blanchard. And freshman Mary Beth Lowe. And next, I'm going to bring up the boys' team. Boys tennis, region champions and state runner-up. Captain, thank you. Captain and senior Tej Patel. Junior Justin Jones. Junior William Smith. Sophomore Marshall Magruder. Sophomore Evans Walker. Freshman Noah Nussbaum. Freshman Sammy Kapoor. 8th grader Ryan Jabahari. Ryan, you here? Excellent. Special thanks to our team moms, Lillian Magruder and Lynn Smith, for their efforts this year in making sure we had whatever we needed as we traveled many times, especially to state, to Macon. Thanks to you parents for your support, for coming out, for following us, for taking your child, bringing your child, whatever it may be. You being there makes a huge difference, parents, in supporting your child. To you students that came out and watched our matches here at home, I think we did have 4 home matches this year. We certainly appreciate your support. I'm going to start with the girls region champions. That hasn't happened in quite a while. And there was actually a playoff with Westminster for that region championship. And I'm very proud of our girls under a lot of pressure, playing Westminster, who's been the region champ for a long time, to beat them in that playoff and become region champions. At the state team tournament, they played Atlanta girls first and won, which put them in the Final Four. They played Valwood second in a very close match that could have been won, but it just didn't go our way. And were eliminated in that second round. But Final Four for the girls as a team at state. Tennis has team, state, team region, team state, and individual region and state. So I'm sure you'll be confused by the time I'm done. So that was team, region, and state for the girls. Individually for the girls, Grace and Grace, great doubles team for me. I can just say Grace, and I'm talking to one of them, and it works out really well. Region champions as our doubles team, made it to the Elite Eight in the individual tournament, lost to the state runner-up team. Just happened to meet them in the Elite Eight. An outstanding job as region champions in doubles. Nina and Victoria, third place in region as a doubles team. Made it to the Elite Eight as well. I don't remember who, I do remember who you lost to. Yeah, lost to a very good team that lost to the team that won the state championship in those 2 days. These girls practiced hard, played hard. We had people in the play. Thanks to Mr. McAteer for working with us to share athletes. I know we've seen a lot of athletes up here shared with other teams, but we end up sharing with the drama team, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. I guess I'll give out the awards now for the girls team. Our first award winner was the team captain this year for the girls. She was also an assistant coach for me. Many of you that are close to me that know my style of leadership, it is to get opinions of those around me and then not to ignore them, but to take them and to listen to them and to meld them in where we're going to head or what we're going to do or so forth. I found that in my last 40 years to be very effective and very beneficial to all, to myself and to the team, of course. The Coaches Award this year for the girls team goes to Grace McLeod. And our MVP will come as no surprise. Your #1 singles player in tennis has to play the best player on every team in every match you play. That sometimes is a very hard job because you're playing usually a phenomenal tennis player. Kylie Duckworth at Westminster, who is on a full scholarship to Tennessee next year, who has won state every year as an individual once Brooke Stevens left Augusta Prep. This player got to play Kylie several times, and actually one of our freshmen got to play Kylie at the region tournament. Nina Shaver never gave up. She never stopped. You know what she's like as an athlete. Take that and put it on the tennis court, playing singles or playing doubles in the region and state tournament. And she did a phenomenal job for us this year. Our MVP is Nina Shaver. Our boys team, region champions, state runner-ups. I'm sorry, that's incorrect, isn't it, Tej? Region champions, three-peat. This is the third year in a row. And state runner-ups. Tej and I are connected. He just has a way of telling me that. In the team state tournament, first round against Holy Spirit, who we knew nothing about. In tennis, you have no scouting report. You don't know what the other team has, what they do, what they've done. There are no scores reported anywhere on the GISA website. Makes it very exciting for you and very challenging. Second round, well, beat Holy Spirit, obviously. Second round played Valwood, who is an excellent tennis team every year. And actually, in both of these matches, in team tennis, you play 3 out of 5 matches. You've got to win 3 out of 5. There's 3 singles and 2 doubles. And in both of these matches, it was 2-2 in matches. Sorry, not games. 2-2, and Tej Patel was playing for the region championship by himself. Everyone else was watching from both teams and from other teams while Tej battled it out as the #1 singles player, again playing the other team's best player. Tej battled it out in both matches and won. And won both matches to get the boys to the state finals match. That was a phenomenal feat to watch happen this year. A round of applause. Tej took Valwood's #1 player, who is phenomenal, out of his game. Tej's opponent wanted to stand on the end line, hit the ball hard, hit it past you. Tej wasn't going for that. He had short shots to him, he had high lobbing shots to him. He took him out of his game to win that Final Four match for us. I remember my meeting with Tej when it was 6-5. You got to win by 2 games. It was 6-5. Tej, you remember what you looked at me and said? He said, well, I do. He said, Coach, I really want to win this next game. And so we talked about how he was going to do that. Under a lot of pressure, because if it had been tied, it would have gone to a tiebreaker. The third set would have been a tiebreaker. You never know what's going to happen in those low-scoring situations. Tej went back out and kicked his butt. In the state finals, our boys team played William and Reed. They're a phenomenal tennis team from Atlanta, and that's probably all we need to say. Region tournament, Tej and Marshall were region champions in doubles. In the state tournament, Tej and Marshall lost to the state runner-up. They made it to the Elite 8 in doubles at state. A phenomenal feat. Sammy Kapoor, region runner-up in singles as a freshman, made it to the Elite 8 in state in singles, and lost to the eventual state runner-up in the second round. Justin and Ryan, third place in region in doubles, qualified for the state tournament. Awards for the boys. One was really easy, one was really hard, as you've heard other coaches say. The hard one first, because the easy one will be second, and you know who that is. But this player who is receiving the Coach's Award came to practice every day, never had to leave, never had some other distraction going on. And I don't mean being in the play by that. Mr. McAteer and I work to play things out. But this player worked hard all year. He was a part of that region championship double team and doing well at state. He was always an important player for us in one doubles during the year leading the region championship, and that is Marshall Magruder. Our MVP is Tej Patel. There's no secret to that. I'm going to miss our seniors a lot this year. 3 girls and Tej on the boys team as our seniors. Tej did some phenomenal things this year in tennis. And he's our MVP. As you heard, 3 seniors, there's going to be at least 3 open spots next year. As Coach Holodeck always challenges athletes to get ready for the next year, as they do in the Olympics, I encourage you 3 or 4 tennis players out there that are going to join this next year to please get ready. Your 2018 boys and girls varsity tennis team.
As many of you are aware, we recognize our seniors receiving a plaque this morning. And this is given out to every senior who has done at least one sport this year, and then with an engravement of their career here at Augusta Prep. We're going to call you up here in alphabetical order. Palmer Batchelder. Lucas Belangio. Lily Bernstein. Michael Chan. Olivia Coleman. Abraham Crawford. Ocean de Grief. Will Dorn. Ann Chandler Dozier. Henson Fowler. James Garnett. Jamie Holodeck. Grady Hubbard. Jack Ingram. Ryan Jolly. Carolyn Johnson. Emma Kitchens. Hunter Long. Grace McDonough. Grace McLeod. William Morris. Katie Page. Tej Patel. Alexandria Pitcock. Clayton Siegler. Brian Stone. Morgan Tollison. Caleb Wells. Hinton Weston. And Isabel Williams. Thank you very much, class of 2018. And a couple of closing remarks here quickly. Some of you are aware that my oldest daughter went to Clemson University, and as a result, I've become a huge fan of Dabo Swinney. As a coach, I'm always looking for any extra advice or words of wisdom to use with my programs. Some of you are aware that Coach spoke recently in the Augusta area at a special event. I was unable to attend but received some of his notes that he shared on that evening and feel that some of these notes are very important for the student athletes at Augusta Prep to hear, even if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan. Quickly, 1, get involved. 2, surround yourself with good people. 3, who are you when no one's watching? 4, God never says oops. Never let your circumstances be the reason for bad behavior. Keep hope. Run the race to win. Do your best. 6, there's no elevator to greatness. You have to put the work in. He defines success by change. Courage, heart, attitude, motivation, and perseverance. 8, don't let people walk through your mind with dirty feet. Pray for them, love yourself, and love them. 9, God used adversity to grow you and develop you. And last, God will take a mess and give you a message. Final notes. Thanks for a very good year this year in upper school sports. We have currently 2 state championships, 3 state runner-ups, 7 region championships. Our region won the All Sports Championship overall for Region 4 AAA. And girls soccer is playing tonight, as Coach Norton says, so hopefully they'll be adding another trophy to the trophy case. We had pretty good participation. I hope to see all the 9th and 11th through 11th grade back next year. Keep up the good work. Reminder, tomorrow, 3 p.m. sharp, athletic physicals being provided by our trainer, MCG doctors and trainers. Forms are available on the school website or on athletics. We're also going to have extra forms in the upper school office. I'm going to put those right after I leave here. And the fee is just $20. If any of you are not sure what you're going to do in the fall, got any questions, for cheerleading, see Coach Williams, volleyball, Coach Bland, cross country, myself, football, Coach Batchelor. Thank you very much for a great year. Seniors dismissed.